Hi. Hi, friends. This is Felicity Munroe, and I'm going to read from chapter one of Lisa's new novella, part of the Alice Worth series, and it is called Alice Worth and the Elite Death Machine. So I'm going to do a little bit of chapter one for you. Okay, here we go. I'm nervous. Chapter one. Sometimes my workday starts with a corpse and then goes downhill from there. I could have just shut the door to room 401 and skedaddled once the all too familiar odors. Bloop. I could have just shut the door to room 401 and skedaddled once the all too familiar odors of sulfur and decomposition hit my nose and sent a shiver down my spine. But I'd already accepted. But I'd already accepted a retainer to find out what happened here. Plus, that shiver wasn't fear. It was excitement. Three dull magic traced Three dull magic tracing jobs in a row had left me feeling Nope. Three dull magic tracing jobs in a row had left me feeling antsy. A body and a demon seemed like just the ticket to liven things up. Besides, in my almost 6 years of being a private nope. Besides, in my almost 6 years of being a mage private investigator, I'd never really made a habit of making the safer, smarter choice, so why start tonight? I took one last. Besides, in my almost 6 years of being a mage at. Bleh. Besides, in my almost 6 years of being a mage private investigator, I'd never really made a habit of making the safer, smarter choice, so why start tonight? I took one last breath of fresh air, slipped into room 401, and closed the door behind me. The first step in figuring out what happened to the man who'd checked into the Phoenix Inn under the unlikely pseudonym John Adams was a search of his suite with the help of my trusty ghost sidekick. Malcolm had stayed invisible until we got inside the room, in case we crossed paths with anyone sensitive to the presence of ghosts. He materialized. Just one sec. He materialized to my right, hands on his hips as he looked around the suite. I've always wondered about this place. It's actually pretty nice for a shady hotel. How is this place shady? I asked. You know what these rooms go for per night. Yeah, but they let people check in using fake. Nope. Yeah, but they let people check in using obvious fake names if they pay cash, he pointed out. And their whole thing is anonymity. Soundproof rooms, private entrances to every suite so the guests can come and go without anyone really seeing them. Zero security cameras. That's the definition of shady. Doesn't matter what it costs. He had a point. The hotel promoted itself as a safe, anonymous haven that catered exclusively to non-humans who preferred to slip through the shadows unnoticed. So much for the safety aspect, though, if word got out that someone had died in one of its rooms. Which was why the hotel's owner had called me to find out who died in this room, who killed them, and where the room's registered guest had gone. But the anonymity part. But the anonymity part meant I had just about nada to go on so far except whatever I might find in the room 401. You're going to earn your money on this one. You know what? Why don't I share with you all what this looks like, just so that you get kind of a cooler look. Yeah. Now you get a little bit of both. Okay, so my screen is pinned, but I think you should still be able to see it, so that's what we're hoping for. You're gonna earn your money on this one, Alice Worth, I muttered, as I adjusted my latex gloves. A smart mage private investigator never left magic trace or fingerprints behind. To Malcolm, I said, I should up my rate if there's a demon involved. Well, we know John Adams isn't the demon, since the hotel doesn't let them stay here, Malcolm said. Maybe a demon's just been in the room recently. I'm not sure that's better. I. Ooh, and I'll make this one colorful. And how about we make it bigger? And then you'll be able to really see it. There you go. Now you're gonna see it. Okay. Yeah. There you go. That'll be more fun. More fun for you to see. I'm not sure that's better. It could mean someone else is on John's trail. If a demon was after him, John, he put air quotes around the name, is probably in the past tense. He might be the dead body. In any case, the meter's running. Time to earn that retainer. Room 401 had not a little bit too enthusiastic. In any case, the meter's running. Time to earn that retainer. Room 401 had a living room, kitchenette, spacious bedroom, and surprisingly lavish bathroom. The latter turned out to be the source of both the decomp and sulfur smells. When I opened the door, the stench nearly knocked me over. I dug a disposable mask out of my bag and put it on, but that did little more than take the edge off. We went into the bathroom. I shut the door to try to keep the odor at least moderately contained. The tile, once white, was mostly dark red. Sprays of blood and gore covered every surface, even the ceiling. Bleh. My blood magic tingled on my skin like I'd stuck my finger in a power outlet. Welp, there's your demon, or what's left of him. Malcolm floated to the oversized tub, where the shredded remains lay faced. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. You'll die. You're getting the full view there. This is how it's really done. This is the glamour. I also have wax in my teeth. Yeah, to stop the sound, to stop the air getting through. Malcolm floated to the oversized tub, where the shredded remains lay face down. Jeez, I haven't seen anything this bad since you turned that one guy into chunky salsa. I'm queasy. Nope, I'm just getting some mouth noises. Jeez, I haven't seen anything this bad since you turned that one guy into chunky salsa. I'm queasy, and I don't even have a digestive system anymore. The right idea. I just have to do it one more time because I got some sounds in there. Jeez, I haven't seen anything this bad since you turned that one guy into chunky salsa. I'm queasy, and I don't even have a digestive system anymore." He glanced over his shoulder. "You doing okay?" "I'm not going to barf, if that's what you're asking." I pinched my mask tighter on my nose and bent to get a closer look at the demon's wounds. This is not magic. Teeth and claws did this. So John Adams might be a shifter. Malcolm floated back and forth. Is our theory that somehow this demon got into the room and John offed him and then hauled his ass out of here? It's a strong possibility. Let's see what else we can find out. Gingerly, I bent over the tub, careful not to let my clothes or crossbody bag brush against any of the blood. How long do you think he's been dead? Malcolm asked. He smells like he's been here a week, but it can't have been more than a few days at most, right? Demons decompose really quickly. He's not down to just goo, for which I am very, very grateful. So I'm guessing 12 to 18 hours? When alive and in one piece, the male demon had probably stood about 6.5 feet tall, with one. Nope. When alive and in one piece, the male demon had probably stood about 6.5 feet tall, with shoulder-length jet black hair now matted with blood and bits of brain and bone. He had an extremely muscular build, but no wings or horns. So a mid-level demon of some variety. That wasn't surprising. Low-level demons rarely operated alone. Demon generals, princes, and lords stayed in the demon realm except on very rare occasions. Unlike low and mid-level demons, who could more easily disguise themselves, it was damn near impossible to hide their identity and walk among humans when they ranged between 8 and 20 feet tall with spiraling horns and 10 to 20 foot. Oh, dang it. Okay. This is like these two sentences need to go together. So, because it's the whole idea about the different demons. So, let me try that again. Unlike low and mid-level demons who could more easily disguise themselves, it was damn near impossible to hide their identity and walk among humans when they ranged between 8 and 20 feet tall with spiraling horns and a 10 to 20-foot wingspan. I didn't get far in my search of the body before I made a very troubling discovery. Malcolm, look what he's wearing. Malcolm drifted close and whistled. Whoa! There's fine silver chainmail on the inside of his leathers. What the hell is that about? I've seen this before. I pulled the leathers aside to show Malcolm one of the few intact patches of the demon's red, leathery flesh. Gold runes branded into the skin covered the corpse from almost head to toe. He's a demon lord's soldier, maybe an assassin. An assassin? He flitted in the ways ghosts did when they were unsettled or angry. Well, that is not good. No, it's not. But what I find very interesting is the teeth and claws. Oh. But what I find very interesting is the teeth and claws of whatever did this went right through the silver chainmail. Even for a shifter, that would have been almost impossible. At the very least, the silver would have done real damage. There should be shifter blood and burned flesh in here, but I don't see or sense any. What does that mean? Mm-mm. What does that mean? Malcolm demanded. We're not dealing with a shifter, but something else with razor-sharp teeth and claws? If that's the case, I'm feeling less good about this by the minute. I don't think things with claws. I don't like things with claws that aren't shifters.
Neither do I, but that's what we're here to find. Neither do I, but that's what we're here to find. Plus, anything capable of doing this to a demon soldier is extremely bad news. I don't want it running around in our city.
I figured you'd say that. After all, our unofficial motto is no sense letting it be someone else's problem.
He floated above the body to peer at it from overhead.
Anything else?
Unsurprisingly, the demon had no identification or clues as to where he'd come from or how he'd ended up here, other than his branded runes. I took photos of symbols I thought might identify the demon lord he served, in case that information became useful later. Not that I wanted to tangle with another demon lord, per se, but a gal had to keep her skills up, and I had a pretty good record against them. I love Alice. Hmm. Not that I wanted to tangle with another demon lord, per se, but. Nope, almost. Not that I wanted to tangle with another demon lord, per se, but a gal had to keep her skills up, and I had a pretty good record against them. The demon carried a half dozen small weapons hidden in his leathers, all designed for close fighting. He hadn't used any of them, or had a chance to use any of them. That's the point. He hadn't used any of them, or had a chance to use any of them. I found his primary weapons, two very nasty serrated blades under his body. Whoever had killed him had tossed them into the tub and then chucked the body on top. Both long, curved blades bore etched spellwork that would make a victim's death particularly long and painful. I scowled. Killing was one thing. The sadism of those spells was on a whole other level. Most surprising and frustrating of all, neither weapon showed any traces of blood or magic, shifter or otherwise. Nothing for me or anyone else to track, or even offer a clue as to who'd killed this demon. Did whoever... That's Malcolm. Oops, popped back.
Did whoever killed this guy Did whoever killed this guy actually shred a mid-level demon without getting so much as a scratch?
Malcolm wondered when we finished looking over the body and the weapons.
If so, either that means demon soldiers aren't as well trained as their rep suggests, or we're dealing with some kind of elite death machine.
Elite death machine, huh? I chuckled despite the grim situation. There is the possibility our killer was wounded, but had some method of removing their blood and trace. I can do that with the right spells.
Let's hope that Mm, Let's hope that's what happened here. I wonder if the EDM and John Adams are the same person, or if we've got another mystery on our hands.
EDM, as in electronic.
No, Elite Death Machine, EDM. I'm making that a thing.
He turned in a circle to survey the room.
No toiletries, not even the hotel ones, and no used towels or washcloths. Did John take them all with him?
Possibly, to prevent tracking or leaving any DNA behind. I rose, holding one of the shoulder... What? I rose, holding one of the soldier's blades. You know, I should take this.
You could use it for tracking, I get.
Mm-mm.
You could use it for tracking, I guess, or even as a weapon if you had to.
He flitted again.
But someone could use it to track you. Ha! That's the literal definition of a double-edged sword.
That's what this That's what this is for. I pulled a large leather pouch from my messenger bag and slid the blade inside. Because I sometimes used this pouch for sharp objects, it was lined with fine chainmail similar to the demon's leathers. Otherwise, the blade would have probably sliced right through the bag. I cinched the bag with its drawstring and tied it closed. So what I'm going to do here is uh, really quickly look up a pronunciation that Lisa gave me. Con Contenio, contenio, contenio. Contenio, I said. The containment and masking spells etched into the leather flared with a puff of air magic. Now, nobody can track it. I don't think we can learn anything more from this room. We returned to the bedroom. And that is all that I'm gonna give you. So it's just a little teaser. I hope you enjoy the book. I hope you are as big of Alice fans as I am. Getting to play Alice, which is one of the great things in my life, and knowing our illustrious author, Lisa Edmonds. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.